Hello. Yeah. Hi everyone. Hey, hi Rama. Hi Marina. Hi Harshad. Hi Nisha. Okay, so let's just start. Just 1 second. So everyone, please open a fresh new file. Okay. See, what we are going to explore today is we are going to understand that how do we connect this Power BI to SQL, right? So like we yesterday we had seen how we publish it and how do we share it. So those things we had done yesterday. So I'll just show you today how you can connect your Power BI with the SQL Server, right? So for that you just have to click on SQL Server option, right? So you can all try this with me, and you will put your server details, right? Like you all already have a SQL Server installed. So I'll just open it up. Okay. So we can use the SQL Server Express that we used to connect to the server. So we put that up over here. Just have to put that server address in this local backslash SQL Express, or you can write dot also. Okay. And we choose the option of now when you connect to your Power BI to SQL Server, right? So you get two type of options. One is import and one is direct query. Now, what is import? Import is something where what happens is the data gets imported in the Power BI interface. So the data will be extracted from the SQL Server and it will come in the Power BI the interface like the same thing that was happening with the Excel. So like if I click on OK, see it starts showing me all the databases that we have on that server. Just like Excel, you click on that database, the where the table is. So you open the database. Suppose you want to load the data of orders. So select that table and load it. Okay, so data will be loaded in this. Right. So now when the data gets loaded, now it's the same thing, right? You can now start building the charts and visualizations the same way, the way we had learned it, right? So you can create your, a chart that you want to have, and you can just use it the normal Excel, the way we were doing it. So you have the category, you have the sales, so you can keep doing it.
Hi, Amit. I'm getting an error actually when I'm trying to load the SQL server.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, sure. Are you able to see this screen?
Just click on connect.
Yeah, I'm getting the same one.
What is this?
So just click on connect. This is not an error. This is just this. It is asking for that. Yeah. Click on OK. Because first time when you created connection with the server, it asks us for that Windows credentials.
I didn't get it. I didn't. So this was just telling us what?
So basically, it's Windows. When you use SQL Server, so SQL Server has an authentication. That's the Windows authentication that you have. So you are just viewing your Power BI that authentication that with that SQL Server you can connect now, because if you would have seen when you connect to your SQL Server, right? So over there it is getting authenticated with the Windows login itself. That means when you open your Windows, SQL Server understands the person who is logging the window is the authorized person. So that is the same authorization that you have given to the Power BI.
Okay. So from here, you took orders, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And now everyone are you able to get it? Ashok, Rama, Anusha, Marina, Karan. Okay. So this is the way you import the data from a SQL server. Okay, now what you can do is you can just start making any of your charts and all that you want. You can save it and you can publish it, right? So you can also publish this reports the same way, the way you would like to do it. Now, when you work with SQL servers, right? Like when you have an Excel file. So remember yesterday I asked you to install the data gateway. So there are two gateways, right? One is personal mode and one is standard mode. If you are creating your report with a SQL server, right, with the SQL server. So in that case, what happens is when you have to use another type of the gateway, that is standard mode. So the installation is same. Nothing is going to change much in that, right? So nothing much changes in that. So for example, just give me a second. Yeah. So this data gateway link that you have, so you all downloaded personal mode. Now you will have to install the standard mode as well. If you want to set up the schedule, you want to refresh your reports created from the SQL Server database. Okay. So I already have it. So I won't be installing it, but you can download and install this standard. So please try this. Just press install it because it will be required when I just show you this red query after this. Yep, have you installed it?
Installing.
Okay.
Can you share the link, please? This one.
Mhm. Have you? So once
Hi,
you,
Amit.
uh-huh.
It is asking for register a new gateway on the computer, or there is another option, migrate, restore.
New. You want
New
to install
one.
it for the first time, it will be new. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not downloading for me. It's saying my disk is full. So I'll have to first delete some things.
Okay.
But I don't have too many files on this computer laptop. I don't know why this is wanting way to delete.
It is asking for Microsoft Authenticator, but when I give the email ID I create, it's saying Microsoft account does not exist. Should I try with a different account?
Can you just share screen once?
No, it's asking me mobile. Yeah, one second. One second. So this is the message I got.
Actually, you'll have to know install an application.
Yeah. Okay.
On your phone. Just on your app store, just search it Microsoft Authenticator. So that application will be installed. So this is just for the authentication. So in that, when you open it, it will directly have an option of scan image. So it is just to make that authentication with the verification with your phone number that you would have given. That's it.
It is first add your account. Ready to add your first account. That is what it's asking for. Okay.
That will it will ask for your this same ID. Put that ID over there.
Personal account, work or school account. Okay. Scan QR. So I'm getting a one-time password. So what should I do next? Okay.
So you would have got that notification, yeah.
Okay. Register new gateway.
So next. And give a name. Password. Done, right? So now it is done over here. So what I need to do now is this report that you built with SQL Server, right? The report that we built with SQL Server. So we will now first save this. Okay, so please save this file and then we will just publish it. See, every process will remain the same. Just a little bit gateway settings will change. Apart from that, nothing is going to be different.
So Amit, without downloading the gateway, can we not publish this file?
Sorry?
So when I was trying to say publish this file, my disk was full, so it could not download the gateway. So when I clicked on publish, it asked me for the login detail of my Microsoft account, and I logged in, and then it said like it was able to publish. I don't know where to check it, and also I'm deleting temporary files so that I can download that gateway. But without the gateway, also it published.
Publishing will happen. So gateway is for scheduling the refresh, so that the data refresh can happen. So gateway is for that purpose. So what I do is you can publish the report. So once you publish this report from here, you select the workspace.
It was only showing my workspace to me.
Because there are different folders that can be.
Yeah.
So what happens is the report gets published on this. So now gateway is required. So basically, see what happens is report is now over here on the cloud. Your SQL server is on your laptop now. So what we want is that the report should get, if your data gets up, if you get new data over here, the report should get updated over here. This is what we want. Now this can only happen if your cloud can connect with your laptop. So for that we need a gateway connection. So that is what we have installed. So gateway will help the the Power BI service cloud to interact with your local system to update or refresh the data. So that is why. So publishing will happen. Just this will help in refreshing the the data sets for us.
Okay. Okay.
Now what we do is we click on my workspace where we have published it. And what we do is we go in the refreshed file. So this data is the file that I've refreshed. Now what I will be doing is I will be going on the data set of this file and clicking on schedule refresh. So everyone please do it, schedule refresh. So do you all see this option coming up? So one is your gateway connection, right? And it is asking for this data source credentials, the server over here. Right? If you click on edit credentials, it will ask for authentication. So give it a Windows authentication over here and you can sign in. See, now your server has been authenticated and you can now schedule the refresh over here. So you can say keep your data up to date and you want your refresh to happen daily, or you want your refresh to happen, whatever way you want, you add a time for that. Suppose you want to have the refresh to happen at 5 o'clock. And if you can apply, so your refresh will now, the schedule refresh is set. Now every day at 5:30 a.m. your Power BI will try to refresh your data automatically. So provided your laptop should be on and it should be connected to the internet.
Okay, Amit. So without these gateways, data won't get refreshed, right?
Sorry?
Without these gateways, data won't be refreshed.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
My workspace, where should I come to this screen? Which
Sorry,
option I
Nama?
should say? From my workspace to where should I click?
Short to share screen.
For that refresh and gateway.
You have, I think, uploaded this below one, 28.
This is clear.
Below this. Below it, click on this. Click on the schedule refresh.
No, I'm clicking it.
Click on this.
Yeah.
No, next one. Yes.
This one, right? Yeah, I'm clicking. No, clicking. Oh, sure. It's not opening. Let me stop sharing my controls.
Wait, can you give me the controls?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, continue.
Options are not working on your screen now. So everything is getting stuck. Try to open this in the edge now, because this sharing is also not happening and the options are not opening it up. So I think either this your session is not your account is not activated. That is the issue. Actually, yours is a free account that is there. You have made an ID also, then why it is not allowing it to make this?
Yesterday, I was able to open that schedule option, but today
Uh,
I could.
okay, yesterday you were able to do it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yesterday I was able to do it. Yes.
So try to open this in the edge once
Okay.
and then do it, right?
Okay. Okay. Let me check.
So now once this is done, so your scheduling is done. So in the meantime, I just show you the another option also in this the SQL server that you have. That is a direct query. See, direct query means when the data is coming directly from the SQL server, it will not be imported in the it will not be imported here. So what I do now is, if I say SQL Server, I would like to get data from SQL Server, and this is the server that we have. Now if you use direct queries, so in direct query, what happens is the data will come directly from the SQL Server source now. It will not be imported. So if I select the same data set and I click on load the data, see, the data connection is made. And if you will observe on the left hand side over here now, you will see there is no third data view over here. I don't have the data view. Why? The reason I don't have the data view is because the data is not here in the Power BI interface, so Power BI can't show it. So when you create a chart, whenever you create a chart over here now, so when you create, suppose if you create this pie chart, so the moment you will build this pie chart, right, and you drag some fields over here, so what Power BI is going to do is, it is going to write a query right at that moment, send that query to the SQL Server database, and fetch the data accordingly. Okay. So this is what is going to happen. So now this chart that you see, for this Power BI has written a query, sent it to the SQL Server and created the chart.
So is it similar to ad hoc reports,
Sorry, ad hoc reports as in?
like live reports that we do?
So it's like a live.
Mm.
So what happens is when you create the reports with the right query, in fact, you will also get the refresh option also to be very quick. Basically, like in the scheduled refresh, what happens is like when you imported it, when you were setting up the refresh. So in that case, your refresh will be like you can just refresh it twice a day. But in the right query, you can refresh your data every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes, Power BI will keep refreshing the data.
So there is no laptop dependency in this?
There is, because the data will come from the
Okay.
server, right? So SQL Server is on my laptop right now. So
Mhm.
so the dependency, the gateway connection has to be there.
Okay.
But if SQL Server was a company one, right? Dependency won't be there, right? In direct query.
Then it won't be there because that will be a company server now.
So even if our system is off, it would just reach out to our SQL Server, company server, and get the data. Can we transform data in a direct access?
Now you can do it. You can go and you can click on the transform data.
Will that transform the data in the original server, like SQL Server?
No, it will only happen over here. So once the data will flow, it will go with this transformation that you would have done. Suppose you say you want to remove the top rows, you say remove top 2 rows. So the data is now removed, right? So this is now let's see if you see there are certain transformations you will see that are not available in direct query. So it will start showing you them. So this step results in a query that is not supported. So if you see this option, please undo that step, right? Because direct query is little on that part where you will not find all the data transformations. Some of them you will be able to do it, some you will not be able to.
Like add column maybe, or make calculated column, all that.
The calculate columns you will not be able to add, right? So the data will be coming directly from there. Measures you can add. If you want to add some measures and all, you can do that.
Okay.
So now if you make this chart now, right? So what happens is basically it's a query that has been written now. You make another chart. Suppose you make a pie chart, this bar chart over here. Okay. If I put category on this and I bring the sales on this, sales in the values. Okay, now two queries are written, one query for this, one query for this. Now what I'll do is, let me save it. Okay, so let's save it as 29th June. Direct query. So if you now publish this in my workspace, so I'll just open this report now. So now please just take a look at this for 1 second now. See, when you now publish this report, so nothing will be visible on this. Why?
Saying it, there's no gateway.
So the reason is because so gateway is there, the connection is not there. Basically, what happens over here is my data is now I have published a report on the cloud and it was a direct query. So in the direct query, the data also has to flow from the server directly. So there is no connection of this report on the cloud with your server right now. So what we'll have to do is In that scenario, first of all, what I'll do is I'll go to my workspace. I'll go to that report, and first of all, I'll click on manage gateway, the schedule before. So first of all, I will have to set up the gateway connection itself. So you click on this gateway connection now. So you will come to this gateway connection. So you will find your this connection names are coming over here. So what you need to do is the standard gateway that you have all just right now installed, it is the option of that. You all gave some names, right? Like Rama gave the name of the gateway as Rama. So her name would be coming over here. So I have given a name as Power BI. So then what happens over here is you have to click on this, and then you have to instruct Power BI that please add this to gateway. It gives you complete server details, that the server is this and database name is Intuit. So you will say add to gateway. So please click on that. Right. So just give me 2 minutes, right? I'll just take 2 minutes. Get back. Okay. In the meantime, you just put it over here, and in this, change it to Windows. Just change this to Windows, and you will have to put your server name and your username and the password, Windows password, the Windows password over here.
Windows password as in the Microsoft account passwords.
Sorry, what do you think?
Windows password means the Microsoft account we created. That
No,
part.
the password is that you log in your Windows. That one.
Okay.
Because what we're doing is we are giving the access to our machine on those. So that is why we have also given the laptop name and the username, the same laptop with, like when you log in, you see that same name coming over there. So that.
This name doesn't come when we log into our laptop, right? Like the name comes when we are trying to log into SQL. That server name.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, please tell me. Are you able to sign in? You just have to click on add. And once that is done, so if you will come to the gateway connection back, you will just have to map it. New data source, apply, and now you can schedule the refresh. So now in the direct query, you can refresh your data as good as like every 15 minutes and apply. So now your refresh is done. Direct query, it will automatically refresh the data every 15 minutes for you. Okay, are you all able to apply it? Set it up.
And this
Alright.
authentication method should start for Windows.
Sorry.
In authentication method, basic Windows and the OAuth tool. So I should select Windows.
Windows, yeah.
Amit, I'm getting an error message.
Can you share your screen?
Sure.
Scroll down. No, username is not correct. You have to first put the laptop name also. The laptop name. So yeah, from the SQL Server you can pick it up. Click on connect. Is it Raman? No, Rama backslash the username. That was Subhu, I guess, what you had written. Other one. Now you have to put the password. Okay, so now it's done. So you can close this. Now click on gateway connection again. Gateway connection. Over here, map to, maps to, new data source. Apply. Right. So now you have to put the schedule refresh. Schedule refresh. And set up the time.
Okay, thanks.
So, Amit, the frequency is 15 minutes.
Hmm.
If our computer is closed, even then it will refresh in the backend or what?
Sorry. See, after every 15 minutes, it will hit the laptop. So every 15 minutes, it hits the laptop. And if, I mean, definitely the performance is slow, so it can take the time. So there will be some time it will take to refresh the data. So, I mean, that totally depends on the server performance.
I'm saying if the laptop is turned off, will it happen in the backend?
No, then it can't happen. No? So internet and laptop should be on.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how you make these connections, right? Like connection SQL Server. If you want to make a connection with suppose APIs, right? So the application interface that you have. So for example, I'll show you a small example of this. Suppose you want to make this connection with I say Star Wars API. Okay. So now this is an open source API that you have. So I can use this. So see, I just generates, I want to pull the data of some people of the Star Wars. So what I do is, so this is API information, right? Suppose I just write people request. So data will be fetched. You see some data is being fetched from these APIs. Now this is the data in the form of JSON files, right? When you pull the data from some websites and APIs, the data comes in the form of APIs now. Suppose if you want to pull this information in your Power BI, right? So like, you have some information regarding the various people in that Star Wars, right? The name of the character, height of that character, weight of the character. Likewise, right? You have all those information in this. So what you do is simply copy that API address. Right? You just have to copy that API address. In the Power BI file that you have to click on get data, and you have to get the data from Web Connector. Right, so you have web option, you click on connect, put that URL over here, and there was people that we were using, and just click on OK. So you will be able to pull this data from the database. Right, so you see now the data has come up, that names that you were seeing, that the information that you were seeing over here, the name of the character is Luke Walker Skywalker, his height is 172, his weight is 77. So the same thing you see over here, name. So the information is given a little different way. So if you see second record over here, so second record will be given below this, when you will go down. So you will see you have all these custom.
I think we just had an earthquake here in California. Did anyone else feel it?
No.
No? My whole house shook.
Okay.
Yep, I hope all is good.
Yeah, all is good. My laptop is not crashing. Class is on.
Okay. Right, so this is how you can pull the data from the APIs, right? So simple stuff. Just put the web connector, put the address, and you will see all the data will come from there. Right? You want to save it, just click on close and apply. The data will be saved. So if you want to pull the data from Twitter, and also for that, you have to create the developer accounts through which you get some access tokens and the keys, with the help of which you can make that access.
So over here, if you go to the table of this people, okay. So I was just seeing if the column names are coming fine. Okay, cool. So we can transform the data here if we want. Let's say the column names are not fine.
Now, this is an import that has happened. So if you will go in the transform data, you can go over there. And if you feel you want to make some changes, you can do that.
And that
Right,
would
like,
be.
suppose you want to rename this as previous column. I mean, just giving any name. They will be able to do it.
So when we make such changes for API, like the data we got from API, this would just be specific to our Power BI report. Obviously, it won't change anything there, right?
See, anything you do in the Power BI, nothing is ever gonna happen to the data source.
Even for Excel.
Even for Excel. Yes, so data is loaded in the Power BI, so it becomes data comes in the Power BI interface now. So Excel will always remain the original source, that will not change.
Okay, so let's say we make some changes for our report, and then in 15 minutes data is refreshed, and it goes to Excel and picks up the same data which was there in the source. So will it override everything what we have made, the changes?
So you are saying you have made a report and data is in Excel, right?
Hmm.
And you have added new data in the Excel, or what you are saying, you have deleted all the data in the Excel and put up a new data?
No, I'm saying like, let's say we have some data drawn in from Excel file and making a report on it. And so we add some additional columns and we change some, delete some rows or do things like that in our Power Query editor. And then we save it. Then when the refresh happens, the connection will allow Power BI to go to our Excel file and again draw the latest data from there, right?
Yes. Yes.
So will it override the changes we have made to our report, because that Excel file will not have those additional columns?
So if you add a column, so Power BI will not be able to take those additional columns. If you delete a column, it will create a problem. Because when you create that connection, right? So when you create that connection with any of the source, so Power BI remembers that which all columns you have imported. So it knows that these are the columns that were there in that source. Now, if you have deleted the columns itself or made, added some columns, so new columns it will not pick up, but previous column it will be able to pick it up. You have to just make sure that the previous column should not be deleted. So it will just find those column names and it will update them and refresh the data and will bring the new data, whatever you have kept in that Excel.
And what about the charts we have made with those calculated columns? They'll not get updated.
They will get updated because of that. The moment the data gets refreshed, the data will refresh. The charts will refresh. So data is flowing in the charts. Now you have to understand this. So basically, when you make any chart, so this chart that you are creating, right? This chart is actually using the underlying data only. If you change the data in behind the scenes, the charts will change. They are nothing like they are just taking that data that you're giving to them. So if you refresh the data, your new data has come up. So new data will flow in the charts and charts will update according to that.
Okay, and calculated column, if the columns, if the charts are made with calculated columns, even then they will refresh.
They will refresh because calculation columns will also refresh because data is getting refreshed, so calculation will also refresh.
Got it. Okay. Thanks.
Yep, so this is where the things are. So I'll request now you can, I also uploaded one project yesterday. I'll do one more today also. So after this, what we will be doing is we will be starting off with R. Okay, so maybe R will start in next, not right away from tomorrow. Maybe we can take a break of 2 days and then we can start with the R, right? So in the meantime, you can all practice on this Power BI and on Tableau, SQL, Excel, right? A lot of stuff that we have done. If you would like to have a session where you would like to discuss some doubts and queries, you can keep that as well, so that the things are sorted till date, whatever we have done.
What about Python? Because we have left it midway. By the time we'll restart, it might forget whatever we've done.
No, I'll do it. I'll cover it up. So after this, so that we'll start with the R. So then only last the Python will be left. So we will be doing that.
Okay.
Shared you a file where I could not delete the dot key blanks.
You cannot delete the.
Blanks.
You have shared on the Google Classroom. Can you share your screen right now? If I can take a look at it right now, right now.
Open it. One second.
Amit, so do we have a session tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I think we won't keep it. Tomorrow and day after, we won't keep it. Maybe we'll keep it. Today is Tuesday, so maybe we'll start from Friday, or let's keep it on Monday rather.
Okay.
I'm opening the file. Amit. Give me a second.
Yeah.
One second. One second. So I just,
Can you click on load more? Just click on load more once. Okay.
so, I mean, I just selected Metro, Tier 1 and 2, Tier 3 and others. But I, in the chart, I'm getting the blanks also. I'm getting the blank.
Just click on, when you click on this, what do you get? So charts are going blank, right? So nothing is
Yeah.
coming up. And this table is, which table is it?
I think it's, hello?
Just click on that filter.
Mhm. So. I think I need to close this.
No, you have already shared this file. Let me take a look at it. I got it. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have shared.
I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Amit, next class will be after 2 days or?
Maybe 2 or 3 days we'll keep it. I'll just ping you on the, I will connect on the group on that.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Amit, one more thing. We have a weekend this weekend. So 4th July is Independence Day. So I don't know if Monday would be off here.
Okay.
So I might have some plans. I don't know about others if they have any plans.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
So we can start from Monday or Tuesday also. That's not an issue. So we can start accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When everyone is available, so we'll start according to that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay.